Welcome. Today we are going to create our first financial statement, the income statement. The first thing we have to do is put our heading on the first 3 lines you see on your note sheet. So the first part of the heading is going to be the company name in capital letters. So this company is Math Company LLC. After you have completed the name of the company, the second line will be the type of financial statement you are working with. So in this case, we are working with the income statement. So I'm going to put that on the second line. The third line will then be the date in which you are creating the financial statement. So for the income statement, we always do it at the end of the month. So it's going to be period ending June 30th. And now we have our heading to our income statement. Now what we're going to have to do is record what we're going to find on our income statement. Our income statement, as you remember, is going to be our revenues minus our expenses. So I would put in your notes section on the side that the income statement has our revenues and our expenses. So over here in your notes, you want to put revenues. Sorry about that. You want to have revenues minus expenses. So the first thing we have are our revenues. Now we're going to have to look up at our financial information at the top and see, list any revenues that we have. So the first revenue we have here is sales revenue. So I'm going to write sales revenue in. And it is for $30,000, so I'm going to put $30,000. The next revenue, we have service revenue, so I'm going to put service revenue. For $15,000. Now on the third line you see down here, you're going to have to find the total revenue. So I'm going to put total revenue. And in Google Sheets, we're able to do formulas. So on your notes side, I want you to write the formula. How you create the formula is you're going to put the equal sign, then click into your first revenue, and then add your second revenue. So your note should look something like this. You're going to have equals revenue 1 plus revenue 2. The next thing we're going to have to do is use our expenses, list all of our expenses. So I'm going to put expenses and then list my expenses. So the first expense I have is graphing expense for $5,000. The second one is calculating expense for $2,000. Salaries expense for $1,000. Furniture expense for $500. And utilities expense for $100. Just like we did with revenues, we're going to total our expenses. So again, you probably want to put in your notes section how I figure out total expenses, which will be equals, and I'm going to show you a different way of doing this. You're going to write out the formula sum, open the parentheses, highlight and drag down all of your expenses, close your parentheses, and press enter. Again, that is writing equals, sum, open the parentheses, highlight, drag down, close parentheses, enter. The last thing we have to do is figure out our net income for the income statement. So I'm going to write net income. And like we said before, net income is our revenues minus our expenses. So I'm going to do equals click on my revenues, subtract my expenses, and click enter. And then we have our revenues minus our expenses, so our net income is $36,400. If you have any questions about this, please either replay the video or come into class tomorrow asking questions. Thank you.